It's been a busy last couple of weeks that I haven't been filming here. We got this guy all on the platform and we're trying to figure out how to dress him up down below. But more importantly, look how tall this guy is. We need to figure out a way to properly transport him. So what we came up with was building this platform on top of the platform that is tied down with these chains. So because we have, street lights and intersections and bridges to worry about, we had to change the height, and we thought changing the angle of it to be about, what is that, like 55 degrees or something like that, we thought. That puts his head at about the 10-foot mark, because keep in mind these also are traveling on these trailers, which is about 20 inches or so up from the ground. So we have them kind of pivot towards us here, but we're either something happened during transport when it came to us. I mean, this happened, all this damage, but or it just wasn't really designed right. But this collar right here, we put this on when we first got it, but see how that's not even? It's preventing the, whatever this guy's name is, from rotating. So I just took out this nut. I'm going to tap this guy out. We're going to remove that and see if he rotates. If he does, then we're going to probably mill this piece down, because it's pinching right on the end here and it's not allowing him to rotate. Also, none of these things were identified, so we had to go and properly identify them all. Some of them had some zip ties on them, but there was no good way of figuring out which one was which, and we did that ourselves too. We broke down some more props, and there's my new bike, by the way. Broke down some more props, and did you move them over to the mini box already? Let's see here, you guys haven't seen any of these ones yet, but we have one platform full of old props that we had on individual platforms that we're making into scenes. But check this out. We worked on this the other week. This is going to be kind of a, I guess you call it like a graveyard scene. It's not done. This dude here, this little hillbilly guy, doesn't belong here. This belongs where his feet are, but he's not secured yet. This guy's pretty cool. He just kind of rocks back and forth. And then this guy is pretty violent, I think. We haven't turned him on yet, but he rocks it. So he'll make that noise, and then this opens up as he pops out. And this guy apparently is pretty violent too when he pops out. Nasty mudder. We got Frankenstein back. I don't know if you remember before, but he had a very long piston on the table before that connected. Actually, I think it was back here. So it was like, what, like a 5-foot long piston. Push him up, and he would like shake a lot when he would erect himself. But now that should be future-proofed, and we have this scene just on one platform again, so that'll be nice. We're gonna make another platform today, one of these, I mean, for Rage. Actually, we need to make like 3 more, because all of this stuff needs to come off, and we need to figure out how these are properly going to be sitting on them. We think that we're gonna do one prop or one platform for one of each of these guys, but they kind of work together, so we're not really sure how to do that quite yet. Plus we have some other ones that we just haven't even touched yet. These guys are brutal looking. Gotta make a torture scene kind of like we did last year. Oh yeah, here's this guy too. Alright, I'm gonna put this down and get this collar off. Actually, before that, this is what we're doing. Oh, here it is. So we had each one of these 3 props on a platform kind of like this, or just an individual, I guess 4x6 with a big ass box on the back. Trying to eliminate that just to free up some space and also simplify things. So these 3 are going from an individual platform like that to a scene like this. This one's a little more cluttered, but it's better than having 2 on there, so this is the best layout we could figure out for this one. So it kind of blocks the table guy, depends on what angle you're at, but to be honest, these 2 are kind of my least favorite, only because they have the same audio track, and this guy kind of, it's not really, I think he needs to be cleaned up actually. His waist wasn't really rotating that well, so I loosened them up the other week. So we'll see how that looks here once we get this one hooked up. I don't know, I like the ones that are more realistic, like, I don't know, I guess like, none of the stuff is really realistic, I suppose, but some are a little bit better than others, like the proportions on this guy's head, just giant. I mean, I got a big head, but this guy's head is huge. This guy's got way too clean of shoes to have not been through anything. Let's see if we can figure out this pivot on this big guy. This may have been easier than we thought. All I did was take the collar off, and I noticed that this hole wasn't really centered, so I flipped it, and now we have all sorts of room. You can see how it's still like not an even. There's a lot of weight here, but we're gonna fire this thing up real quick and see if it rotates, because it should, I think, in theory. Well, it was yellow, right? Yeah. And we're gonna see if this waste will rotate now. All we're doing is plugging this in. God, this thing's huge. Look how far back I have to get it in the frame. If this moves, then we're good to go. Be working on just a little latch.
Yep. I think that should be perfect right there. But need Dan's opinion.
Alright. Want to race the pinks?
Ground versus your foot?
Yes. It works.
So what'd you do?
All I did was rotate the collar. See if it goes back the other way. No, it's good now. Alright. That made things a lot easier. So now...
It was Rush's fault.
It was Rush's fault. It was my fault. Someone's fault. I'll take the blame. So, as I was saying before, we have these two chains that hold this platform on. This is just a big sheet of, I think like 3 or 4 layers. I think it's 3 layers of 3/4 inch plywood, and it just gets pushed forward and leans. But I don't like the tension that is on, because all that weight gets put right on this little connection point right here. I don't really care for that, so we want to put something, whether it's a box or some type of support mechanism or like a cradle on his chest, or I don't really know where else they can go. His neck, maybe? What do you guys think? Somehow to be able to support him while he's transporting down the road, because, you know, again, it is on these trailers and there's not a whole lot of suspension on them, so we're not going too far, but it's going to have some pressure on that point. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here in a second. But my goal today is also to get this guy on a platform. This is that one that flies around. It's like 10 or 15 feet up, 10 or 15 feet out. This one will be really sweet. This attaches to, where is it? I think it's this guy right here. Yeah, this one. That one I want to get going today. So let's see if we can do that. Look how sweet these ones look. That's right.
Way over here.
We got t-shirts made too.
Amount of bounce to it. That's the problem.
Of course, we got tunas in this. We all got them sick. I got this collar tightened down, and this is definitely how it's supposed to be, because this bolt's tightened down and now she's kind of floats. Pa has the idea of taking one of those big black boxes, like what this guy's sitting on, right there, and then just put a bunch of moving blankets on it. So there would be, visualize, I'm gonna shut off the camera, visualize the trailer with one of those big black boxes on it, and on top of the big black box probably put like, you know, 3 or 4 moving blankets, and that would be kind of a cushion between the hardness of the top of the box and the softness of his chest, and then just kind of strap it down so, you know, it kind of squishes it a little bit. And watch this. This is just so we can transport it. So now right there should be about, you guys holding it back at this point? Think those chains are too long? Is that too much? That's it?
Usually that one has no tension.
Okay. Maybe this one's good. See what's happening right there?
Oh, yep.
Okay, so take the bottom of the bed. There you go.
Still like one link too much though.
Yeah, they're a little bit off, but I mean, we can get that correct. That's an easy thing to get corrected.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So we want to somehow get some of the weight off of him.
See what's going on, guys?
Yeah, it's not much. I don't want to bend it too much. This is that section where it spooks me. You know, it's a lot of pressure.
So I'm thinking we just
It'd be all right there. So this is how he's gonna be transported. We'll probably take this thing out, maybe, so we're not like gonna impale someone going down the road. Just This is what we've been working on for the last, I don't know, 3 weeks. It took us crazy amount of time. This, I don't know if I filmed this one actually, but we designed this platform a little bit different than these ones. It's a little more strength to it because we knew that it was going to require this little bit of extra force. You know, we don't want this thing to pull apart. Forgot to add that these boards, they were completely trash. Home Depot is just not a good place to get wood. Stuff warps, doesn't it? It warps like coming out of the... As soon as you check out, it's warped.
Put on trailer, warp.
Yeah. Look at this. Been riding this around for the last few months. It's been a little fun toy. I think we're gonna make a platform here real quick now that we got this figured out. And I'm hoping to, again, get this guy on there. This platform kind of sucked because when we tilted it up, I think that it warped a little bit. So we had to take like a sledgehammer and kind of try to straighten it out. But the problem is that we already put these boards down here, so we're kind of fighting against ourselves. So we're doing that. These boys are working on the box for the big tall guy. So we got these speaker holes cut out. That looks nice. See all these nice intricate measurements and stuff too. Nice, Pa. Then we got the air line and the electrical line being put in right now. That's what that looks like.
That's why I wanted to pre-make these guys because they're time consuming.
Yep. Yeah. So that'll be the back side of the box. It's gonna be a big box.
That sub goes right there and the board goes right there.
Nice. Good. We gotta do the 6 foot mark too. Okay, getting the casters put on nice and tight. Not realizing that we put these holes on the wrong side, but it'll work out okay. We'll just have to make another one for the front because this is the back side of it. But that's alright, it'll just bring sound to the back a little bit because the speaker should be sitting like this.
It's actually going to port out to the side here, Christopher.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, only because we need some clearance for the airlines and stuff.
Got it.
So we're going to actually drill some holes on this side.
Okay.
And that'll be on a little pedestal anyways.
Nice.
And then the board will sit like this.
Alright, so change of plans. It's going 90 degrees to the front. That'll be easier because then we can control the gain and stuff like that too. So once Rush gets done tightening this down, we'll probably go around and make sure the rest of them are tight because they do shift slightly as we compress the wood. Then we'll drop this and then this one is done. Off camera we were just discussing how we could make this work so it's reliable and functionable and everything. So what we decided was to have these 2 pumpkins and the 2 lights, so 4 outlets. We're gonna put a power strip right here That'll just be loose, and then we're gonna make a little jumper that goes from the power strip to the box. So then during transport, or during just, I guess when it's resting, we'll have a cord hanging right here, and then all of these 4 dudes will be plugged into that power strip. So then there's just one extra plug-in that we have to do, but that's really the only thing we could think of logistically, because he was wanting to do is add like a little channel right here and have the line just be floating. But you know, when this pivots, when we're transporting this thing, and this is up like so, you're gonna have electrical lines kind of coming in through here, then going into the box, then when it comes down, that's gonna stretch them out. So I don't know, I came up with the idea of just having the one power strip and then just one little cord that'll tie it all together. What do you guys think of that? It's probably the best thing we can do. I can't think of anything better. This is gonna be sweet. Okay, we're gonna get this boom guy, whatever he's called, on this platform that we just made. I'd like to get him bolted down and functioning today too. That'd be pretty sweet to show you guys. Bolted down, took off that top bearing and bracket that the, I guess, collars tube goes into the collar. We're trying to figure out how to get that up there, because this thing probably weighs a few hundred pounds, and I think we can, I bet we can like pivot it, you know, like get the base in and like maybe push it up, you know, like get this collar over the top of that, push it up, maybe.
It depends, because that moves around a lot.
Does it? Yeah.
That top piece swings around.
So Rush had the idea of using these little beams to support it as we align it. But we'll see what we can come up with as we pick it up. Because yeah, this pivots in 3 different spots, I think. Well, I guess just one on here, but this, yeah, I don't know. This is gonna suck. We'll get her. We'll get her. Know what I'm saying?
You got options.
The idea of using this as a support to hold it up isn't going to work because it's so thin. So now we're thinking about pivoting from this little cross beam right there and using that as like our, I guess, our catch. So sliding this into the lower collar, or putting on a piece of wood, putting a strap along that, and then supporting it through that from the back side, and then just kind of, you know, you pivot it up, like we go into here and we just pivot it up like so. But everything has to go right, I think, because this thing is not equal in weight. I was going to try to rotate on this and stuff as we're trying to pivot it, so we're going to think about this for a little bit. Oh my god, this really sucked. Hands are just trash. This thing is heavy as hell. Sweat dripping down my back, but we got her on. I think we got it on right. Look how much this thing articulates out. So when it's in a resting position, I think it all kind of folds in on itself, but I mean, that's a good, this is 10-foot wide platform. It's not even fully extended, and it's beyond it like probably 4 or 5 feet right now. So this thing has some reach to it. Are we gonna put that guy on there right now?
Yeah.
just show what we see. We got an electrical run, and 1, 2,
2,
5, 6,
4, 6, 7, 8. 8 airlines. Something. Oh, that's where he hooks on. Man, this one is very complicated. Got 3 little pistons. This is gonna be cool to see. It's even more intricate. There's 2 pistons in here. So his hands, his arms must kind of like squeeze in together then.
Let's see how that thing would
So
go.
Yep. Yeah, that bolt comes out. And
it's got to be above this.
That sits right inside of it.
Oh yeah, it is above it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that just
But
goes.
it's gonna hit his head though. And looks like that, huh?
Is that welded? Yeah, that is welded.
Yeah, it's-
Baby's head goes forward.
Yeah, maybe once the weight gets off of it, you have that little gap here.
Yeah.
Right now it's touching.
So we take that bolt off, and that just gets pressed up there, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the way it was.
That's gonna be a different size wrench there, Trav, too.
What's that?
Looks like a different size wrench.
Shouldn't be.
I'm telling you, it is.
Is it Allen set?
This is a complicated one.
Yeah, this is one of the more complicated ones.
Chris, where's the one that you're using?
On this ladder,
It's on that side?
it's right here.
Yeah, this is
None of these are gonna be the right size that he needs. That one's bigger. That's much bigger. Look at it.
way bigger.
Try these two. Those aren't it.
These ain't it.
Those aren't it either.
Okay, I'll grab something bigger. Is this the right size?
No, it's way bigger. Here, pick which one is right.
So
There we go.
that 45-degree piston, right
Looks
there.
like half inch.
It's a thick boy.
God damn, boy.
Is that the one? Mm-hmm. That's the one. All right, pull that out. And he's got
One of these should work.
2 wrenches might work.
Make sure it's correct so you don't strip that thing. Hey, Dad, you got this? If I grab a hold of this and look this?
Alright, that's all you got for okay, hold on guys. We're in a spot. Okay, lift it one more time. I need to get this. Okay. I just don't want it on the lines. Alright. Okay, so that's as far as we're gonna be able to go with the strap. Alright. So now Chris, now that we have this we have this rope here, we can pivot him. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, you don't want to pull it too hard.
How far do you want me to sit that area? He's got to come way over here.
Just saying, if you pull this thing off,
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
something come up.
One side of it.
Well, right there to the end. Where does it go?
Pretty close actually. Yeah.
If I push the bottom of him that way, you'll be able to pivot it. I'm just trying to find a way to help you. So you're really fucking close. I can pivot it. There's the headlock.
Hammer, Cooper?
No, I don't know. Doing this.
Russ by the butt doing this. You beat. You beat. Man, can you imagine putting together 10 of these at a show?
Yeah, yeah,
They had all this in a dark room Kyle, there's all displayed in a big dark area. They're called the dark zone. Watch out, don't let the thing whack you now.
I got you. Oh, I got you. You got me? Oh, fuck.
Okay, you guys get out of there now.
I'm going back.
This thing really sucked to do. That's probably gonna be its resting. So we're gonna have to bungee it tight for transport.
Right. Ratchet tie it.
Yeah, or that. Look at this mother. Man, I thought this thing sucked. Damn. That sucked.
The beast from within.
That thing really did suck. I'm not even exaggerating. That was not fun. Look at the size of this thing.
Pumpkin pie haircut tree.
Yeah.
That's probably like 12 feet high, something like that.
Let's find out.
So that plus like 2 foot. It's got to be what, under
13.5.
under 13.5? Oh no. I'm trying to visualize our pallet racking. That's less than our pallet racking. It's probably like 11 feet maybe? 8 foot right there.
9.
10 and a half maybe? 10 foot 8?
10 foot. Probably about 10 foot 6.
That'll put us
12 foot 6.
good?
Yeah, we got probably about a foot to spare. Remember, that's 13 and a half feet. That's real close tolerance. So
Yeah.
it's going to be 14, 15, 16 feet out there, you know, to go underneath this.
All right, well, you know what they say. If it hits, just keep on driving. And it falls off the trailer. These are like half-inch airlines too. Look at the size of these. This is a normal airline. That must be for the big pistons.
This is under 13.
I'm looking at 12.6.
12.6. Got,
On that trailer.
we'll have 6 inches of wiggle room then.
I guess the foot of.
I'm tired.
Bridges. Let's just try it first.
Could you do the honor and record? It's recording right now.
Okay.
Speaking of that, I had to switch the light switches. Someone had them reversed.
I know. How about the zoom in out? Let's see how that goes, huh? Powering up.
For you to die. What the hell are you doing here? Get off my land before I make you squeal like a stuffed pig, boy. My hogs could use some fresh meat. Come here, boy. Let me stick you with my pitchfork and flip you in within their hogs for slaughter.
See if that waist comes back. Perfect. So
Nice.
so it starts in this in that rest position.
Yep.
Fire it up.
Then he kind of pivots.
Okay, go ahead and hit the lights there. I like it. What do you think, Bruce?
Bruce, put out the vibe.
Putting out the light there?
It's on the bottom of the board.
Doesn't his eyes light up too?
I got it.
No.
All right, ready?
No, but he'll have amber lights on.
Here's what inside this box looks like.
We should get one more plug-in over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it one more time.
Let's do this.
I believe it's time for you to die.
It's a little aggressive.
What the hell are you doing here? Get off my land before I make you squeal like a stuffed pig, boy. My hogs could use some fresh meat. Come here, boy. Let me stick you with my pitchfork.
There you go, that helps.
You within their hogs for slaughter.
Instead of having pumpkins down here, you might want to have some hogs then.
Hogs,
He's talking about his hogs.
plug now, but let's try it one more time. I think that'd be a nice eerie look.
See how much air it actually uses. It doesn't use a whole lot of air. Well, yeah, it does. Alright. Ouch, my knee.
I believe it's time for you to die. What the hell are you doing here? Get off my land.
We gotta fix
before I
this
make you
still.
Squeal like a stuffed pig, boy. My hogs could use some fresh meat. Come here,
That audio track is a little suspicious, but
my ritual.
Yeah.
In their halls for slaughter.
Depends on how you think of it. God, big ass guy. I like it.
I like it.
Yeah, I think it's sweet.
Okay.
That's better. It looks a little goofy right now because we have it strapped, but I don't think you guys noticed. I think I pointed out, but his waist was like, crotch area was like folded down, so ripped during transport. So we put a bunch of great stuff foam in there. It's gonna take up some void and hopefully hold it together. Looks like that. Put that here. What do we got going in here? We ordered some food. Got some pizza. Got some wings. Nice. I think we're gonna try to get some of those pumpkin guys on this platform here next. But it's 1:15 now. Okay, it's about 2:30. We're all getting burnt out. Was the food or this thing kicking our ass? I think kicked our ass, but I wanted to get this thing kind of started so we have an idea of what it's going to look like. So Rush is just tying. I get his right elbow down a little bit. We'll figure that out later, I think. But we wanted to get this stuff off the trailer as well as we could. We're still probably crazy this year on this stuff, but we wanted to get this one started at least. So this will be another pumpkin scene, I guess. We're gonna dress it up. We got a whole bunch of leaves and stuff we're gonna put on the bottom. And what else is there? Like some netting maybe. We're gonna beef up this cross because the way this is designed is not the greatest. So we'll beef that up, I think. Probably bolt the platform down, for example. What do you guys think of this? This thing looks pretty violent. He's got some lights in his face. There's like a piston in there. So I don't know if he talks or if his head just moves. And he's got 2 pistons in there. So you see the second one back there? Yeah, there it is. So his head must go back and forth and his mouth must go up and down. And he's got some lights inside, but effort into their detail work. Look at this. Unreal. It's nuts. This guy kind of just does a little circle action, and that's just a static prop with some lights. I'm digging the pumpkin scene. I'm digging this guy's ripped legs too. Dude's jacked. What's up with this hand? Like he's gonna... What is this? Is he supposed to hold on to something? Does this guy hold on to a lantern or something? I'm guessing that comes out. He's got a lot of airlines. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This guy's just as many airlines as
This guy's active.
this big dude. Yeah, he's got something in his hand that we gotta put, it looks like. We'll find that later. What is this? A little dingleberry? Something? This is kind of what this one's gonna look like. Again, we're gonna dress it up. We'll dress all of these up. We're thinking this guy has a really odd audio track, so he talks about like hogs, like pigs, so I kind of want to change these up for some pigs. And this we can't really do a whole lot because we need to have the space. Check this out. I'll show you guys this in another video, but we had this thing made for us. Pa designed it. It's going to hold on to our winch that allows us to crank some of these props up if need be. We got the vultures to put on still. We got Long Dong over here putting out the vibe. Okay, we're all getting pretty tired. It's just about 2:30 now, so I'm going to end this video here. What do you guys think of this new stuff? It's pretty crazy stuff. I mean, the poison props is really fun. I feel like the Scare Factory, or what is it? Where are these pumpkin guys from? Oh, Beastcraft, that's what it is. It's Beastcraft. I feel like the Beastcraft stuff is like a little bit more, there we go. But the Beastcraft stuff, you know, these pumpkin guys, I think this little cotton guy, this guy not so much, like the Gould, these pumpkin guys, just the quality and their the attention to detail, I think is a lot. I don't want to say a lot. It's a little bit more, it's like the next level, if that makes sense. This is cool stuff, but I think this Beastcraft stuff is even cooler. It's almost football season. We'll get some car detailing videos going. What do you think, Pa?
Looking good, guys. A good productive day. We'll take a break for a couple of weeks.
Yep.
With Labor Day and State Fair taking priority. Only thing that does take priority over Halloween is State Fair.
Just get organized. All right, I'm gonna end this video here. Let me know what you guys think. As always, I appreciate watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks.